Namaste, everyone. Namaste, everyone. This is Jenny, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, thank you for tuning in. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel in order to get notifications on new videos that are coming up. I've had people say, I didn't see that video. Subscribe. Hit that little button there on the corner, subscribe, and you will get notifications that there is indeed a new video. So I'm doing weekly vibes, cosmic vibes videos because the energy every day is different. And that way, whenever you're like experiencing things or feeling things or like, why am I more emotional today? Or, oh my gosh, like what just happened today? So this way, it's going to give you like a better understanding of why you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're sensing, what you're hearing, and what's happening in general. So we're going to do the energy from today, the 3rd of December, till the 10th collectively. So in order to have a specific detailed clairvoyant reading from me, you would have to book a reading with me. So I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, past life Akashic records, animal communicator, relationship coach, life coach. And I do not use cards whenever I'm doing a reading with someone because I'm clairvoyant. So, however, on this video, on my videos, whenever we're going to pull a couple of cards in the end of the video, that's collectively from the message from the spirit world, universal energy from source, what messages they're trying to tell us as well. So just to let you know. So let's talk about this week. Now, we have a lot of different energies in place this week, and I just want you to be very careful when you're driving. Certainly towards the end of the week as well, just really be more in awareness, be really like focused more on attention. I mean, where I am here in Canada, it's winter time. The roads can be extremely dangerous, slippery. But even if you're like in the other energy of the world where it's your summertime, I want you to be careful. Be just more in awareness, slow down, pay attention more. No, please, no texting. Texting when you're driving. If you have to answer a message, pull over, for goodness sakes, especially this week. So we have the energy of the Gemini full moon on the 8th, 7th, and 8th of December. So you'll have to watch my other video that I did specifically for that full moon in order to find out how you can utilize this energy to the fullest, how you can work with it that will help you move forward, and what to expect more with that energy. So that Neptune energy, by the way, it moves direct and completes its cycle. So I want you to move or to reflect back on the past 5 months to see what you were doing. July, August. What are you doing today? Like, did you start like a relationship? Did you start a project? Did you start a job? Did you start like a health routine? All of that. And I want you to take a look at this week to see where you are compared to where you were in July and August. What changes have you made? Let me know. Like, write some comments down. Like, what changes have you made? And how are you feeling? Have you ended situations? Have you begun situations? You are going to see more of the effects this week than when you started the energy back then. Okay. And really, really reflect back on what lessons your soul has shown you. Pay attention to that because we all have lessons to learn. That's a part of life. And what lessons that you haven't learned, you repeat it again, which is always truly painful. You've also seen recently a lot more people that have been passing suddenly with heart attacks, strokes, um, all of that. So just really ponder on that too. I'm not going to talk too much about that. I do bring it up a lot because you're going to see a lot more coming forth. You're going to be hearing a lot more news about that. So this week coming up, you're going to want to really try to ground yourself more, because with this full moon energy in Neptune, you might feel kind of out there, like floating away into the land of la la land. Your sleep's going to feel a little off. So, because we have so much different energies coming on, the solar flares, all of that, the full moon energy, cosmic energies. There's a lot of things that are being brought to the surface. December is a higher consciousness month. And especially this week coming with so much energies in place, just really, really tune in, really pay attention to what you're truly, truly hearing. Write it down. You're going to start connecting with different people again from your past. You're going to want to create more like foundations with your business, with your job, with the relationship, with like your health routine, and really start marking down whenever you start hearing more of, geez, maybe you should change that up a bit. Maybe I should walk that direction. And you're going to be like, gosh, I really need some space right now. I'm overwhelmed. I got things going on, and I can't handle all of these messages from family or friends or whoever it is. It's time to set boundaries. I always talk about boundary setting because whenever, I'm getting messages of, geez, Jeni, I can't even concentrate. I have all of these things I have to deal with. And I'm like, you know what? I completely understand that. However, if you do not take that time out for you, you're not going to start creating those solid foundations. You're not going to be able to start implementing those goals that you truly want. It's all about balance. Balance. Get a day timer, right? Like I have like I don't keep a day timer in my phone, because if you lose your phone, if your phone goes like it dies, what are you going to do then, right? So, I mean, I have a day timer that I buy yearly. I love it. It's one of my favorite day timers for me. And I will write things down for my day, my bookings, what things I have to do, things like that. And that way I'm like, okay, at least I have that, regardless of what my phone says. So start working on that, because you're going to want and you're going to feel that foundation coming. You're going to find out what is not working for you, what is working for you, especially with this moon energy in Gemini, by the way. Gemini is about chatting more, being more sociable, balancing the duality from one extreme to the next. So from dealing with family and friends and work to dealing with yourself. There's going to be a lot of emotions that are coming up, especially that you have been hiding for the entire month of December. And especially this week coming, you're going to be like, oh, why is all of these emotions coming through? Like I thought that was dealt with, or I just don't want to deal with. And what happens is the more you suppress your emotions, the harder it's going to be. The more your soul's going to bring up situations that you're going to be like, oh God, I don't want to deal with this. Nobody likes to deal with stuff. However, if you run from it, it's going to be harder for you to resolve. Pause. Really take that pause, especially this week is all about building foundations for your future. 2023 is just a matter of days, like days. Can you believe it? Like we're already in December. We're already almost finished this year. What you want to change, start writing down to start creating your vision boards for next year. Now, you might also find that the person that you have been fighting with, you're going to be like, oh, I ended this friendship, or I don't want to see that family member, or I don't want to be a part of this or this or this or that. Really take a look back and reflect who you have issues with. You karmically have to clear that. But what I want you to do is really take a look at who you're truly, truly, truly fighting with. So you're all probably thinking right now, well, maybe it's my boss or, my husband or my wife or my family member. Who you're fighting with is you. When you're in alignment within, you're going to know automatically how to resolve these issues with your friends or your family or work situations or whatever. This is why it's really important to reflect back during the day and the end of the night and take a look at, how was my day? Where was I? Who was I with? How was I feeling when I got up in the morning? What were your plans during the day? And you could wake up feeling pretty good about things, let's say, and then all of a sudden you see someone or you run into someone or you get a call or a message from somebody and you're like, oh my God, that just killed my day. That just like threw my entire day off. We have our good days and our bad days, and it's all about balance. And whenever you get like a disturbing message from somebody who's very negative or fearful or their energy is very lower, take that pause and ask yourself, do you want to be a part of that energy? Do you want to be a part of their drama? Why are you allowing yourself to get pulled into that drama? That's their story. That's their journey. That can completely and utterly throw you out of alignment, out of balance. And you're going to be like, I hate life or I hate what's going on. Take time for you. This is the setting boundaries that I'm talking about. This is where you have to have that alone time, reflect back and meditate. Whenever you're meditating first thing in the morning and at night, you're going to hear a lot more messages coming in subconsciously from spirit, especially first thing in the morning as you're getting up, because you're still in that energy of the delta waves. You're still connected with spirit, even more so because you're still in that astral body state. You're not fully awake. I mean, I literally have to have my coffee every morning. But mind you, first thing in the morning, the first thing I have to do is take out my little girl Bella for her walk and such. And it's pretty quick because it's freezing. It's minus like 100 here. So that really wakes me up. I'm like, holy Lord, have mercy. It's cold here. My goodness sakes. So this is your week to focus on you. Really, I mean, every day is about focus on you as well. So you're going to find that you are going to be doing a lot more reflecting within. You're going to be doing a lot more soul searching within because you're like, I have to set those boundaries. I got to really start working on my goals for next year. Start writing steps down. How do I start, Jeni? How do I know what I want to do? Follow your passion, regardless of what it is. When you're truly passionate about someone, or passionate about something, follow that direction. Don't worry about how everything is going to come together. Like I was talking with someone yesterday, and they're like, Jeni, I don't know what direction to go. I'm so like lost. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, let's pause right there. If you could have any job in this world or could do anything in this world, what would you do? And she says, Jeni, I really want to be a police officer. And I'm like, okay, what is stopping you from that? And she said, my mom doesn't want me to do that. And I mean, I understand, of course, like that's a dangerous career and such like that. And of course, you're going to have family and friends are going to be like, wow, that's pretty brave. However, that is your journey. That is your destiny. You're here to help protect humanity. That is your journey and destiny. And she goes, oh, you know what? You're right. And she goes, I also like doing this and that. And I'm like, I understand. Those are the things that, mind you, it was a client. Okay. So I was giving her a lot more detailed insights. And she goes, I know, but I'm really worried that I'm not going to pass the physical part about being a police officer. And I'm like, okay, do your research, hire a personal trainer, find out exactly what you need to accomplish or what you need to do. Work towards that. When you truly have that passion and desire to really be someone or do something, allow all of that fear to go away. Allow those negative energies that are saying you can't do that or you're never going to be able to do that. Screw that. That has nothing to do with you. You're allowing that fear to hold you back. And fear will stop you in your tracks immediately. So as you're going to get tested this week, you're going to get hugely tested this week from spirit. And that's one of those tests. Like I keep a lot to myself of what I want to accomplish, of what my goals are, of what I'd really like to do. Because whenever you start talking about, I'd like to do this and like to do that, you're going to find people. I mean, you're going to have people that are going to support you on your journey, and who you surround yourself is who you're going to become. So if you're going to say, I'd really like to move here, or I'd really like to have like the career as a police officer, let's say, or I'd really like to do this. And when you're getting people saying, you know what, you're never going to do it, it's so hard, it's really impossible with today's world events and stuff like that, you need to push that energy aside and you need to set those boundaries. You're getting tested from spirit. We're hugely getting tested from spirit this week, how we're going to ground ourselves, how we're going to deal with those situations. And you're also going to find too that, there's always deception going on. And we've seen a lot of energy, and there's more coming through this week as well, and this month and so on, about a lot of deception. But you're going to find towards the end of this week as well, that could start kind of settling down a little bit more. Because on December 6th, Mercury enters into Capricorn, and that is going to be, your starting point of, I'd really like to start focusing on my career. I'd really start to focus on maybe solidifying and putting my projects or what I'm really feeling passionate about into fruition to make that start happening for myself. Work with that energy completely. That energy will really push you forward. Because as we enter towards the 10th, Venus enters into Capricorn. Venus is about love energy with relationships in general as well. So you might feel like, I'm going to reach out to my friend or my family member. I'm going to, I'm really feeling more unconditional love with compassion for myself and humanity and all of that. And I'm going to put that energy with a Venus into my projects and my goals. It's time to work with the energy, you guys. It's time to truly make this happen. Really observe and distance yourself away from as much drama as you can, because the second you start getting involved with it, you're immediately getting tested from spirit. You're being tested. I keep saying that over and over. Observe more. Observe more. Pay attention and sit back and say, do I really want to get involved with that? I mean, like I have, of course, my ranting and my raving on Twitter. I voice out my opinion. Of course, we all have that freedom of rights and righteousness. And thank you, Elon Musk, for giving people their right to talk rather than being held back with restrictions. So I'll go on there if I really want to vent. I mean, it's not every day or whatever like that, but sometimes I'm like, I'll be hearing a message from spirit that I really need to say. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm on social media and all over the place. I'll put my information below to follow me, by the way, as well. So, like with so many planets that have been in retrograde, this has caused a lot more difficulties as well this year. As you have seen, this has been a difficult year because a lot more people are seeing the truth about things, which can make them feel very heartbroken, which can make them feel, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Look at the so-called leaders of the world. There is no leadership in the world at all, as far as I'm concerned, because if there was, they'd truly be making a huge difference with humanity, and they're not. They're causing a lot of wars. They're causing wars within your family, within your friends, within your work, everything. That's not what a leader does. A leader wants to work with you and help you shift and transcend and move forward in a positive way, not to break out world war, hell. We're in a spiritual war. So I just want you to ponder back on that and really do some soul searching. This is a high vibrational week. Stay true to yourself as well. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from Spirit to see what the message from Spirit has to say. And we'll just see what deck I'm drawn to here. I'm going to pull a couple of cards here from the Goddess Power deck, because this week as well, we're more involved with the physical. So we have been for a little while now. So those habits that you've been trying to break, those routines, health routines, if it's exercise, diet, whatever it is, taking supplements, whatever it is, this is going to be continuously, and throughout December and this week, we're going to be getting tested even more. And just take it easy. Just try not to be so hard on yourself. We all have our own journey, and don't judge anyone. You get people that say, you know what, because you're overweight, let's say, you can't see clarity because you're not of higher consciousness. And that's full of bunch of fucking bullshit, to be very blunt. Whenever I hear that from certain energies, I distance away from that. That's a bunch of crap, completely crap, very culty. So anyways, the deck we're going to use, I'm going to use, I should say we, I always say we because I'm always talking to spirit 24/7, is Goddess Powered Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I love my decks. I have so many more packs. And please make sure that you shuffle your decks good, but make sure you clear them 3 times on wood before you use them, because that clears your energy and or whoever else used them last time. And I've already cleared my decks before I started the video. So what is the collective message from Spirit for the week of December 3rd to 10th? What is the collective message from Spirit? What is the collective message from Spirit? Turn this over here a little bit. It's pretty warm in here. What's the collective message from Spirit, December 3rd to 10th? December 3rd to 10th, what's the collective message? What's the collective message from Spirit? This is such a beautiful card. I always say they're all beautiful because I love all my cards. This is you, the sun. The sun. Radiate the sun within. I mean, even here, whenever it's cold, we always get the sun. Wherever you are, the sun is the prana energy, the life force energy that goes right through you. Have you ever noticed that if it's like a dull, dreary day, your emotions change, your mood change, and you're like, oh my God, it's just kind of cloudy or yucky outside? And do you ever notice that whenever the sunshine starts to come out, you're like, oh, it's starting to feel better. Like even here when it's minus 40, minus 50, whenever that sunshine is out, I mean, I'm not out, but whenever I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, it really changes your mood. I can get really upset whenever it's cold. I'm not a winter person at all by any means. But whenever you see that sunshine, you start to cheer up and it changes your mood. So if it's a cloudy day with you, you need to pull that sunshine out of yourself. Radiate that light of your soul. Radiate your sun. Radiate that light. See how that energy is all around her, and like the golden energy is of healing. You're doing a quantum healing within, and you have been doing a quantum healing within. Like I'm saying, look back on those past 5 months from July and August and see where you are now today. See what was happening. See what you were doing. How have you shifted and moved forward? Pay attention to that. You got to give yourself some credit. We all have our own journey to walk upon, of course, and make sure that you're aligned within your own truth and being. So I'm going to pull another. I'm hearing Whispers of Healing Oracle by Angela Hartfield. Still in that healing. And this week, especially around the full moon to the end of the month, all of those hidden emotions that you've been suppressing, they're coming up. Spirit and your soul wants you to heal and let go. So let us find, the fan's literally blowing everything away. Let us ask Spirit, what is the message from collectively December 3rd to the 10th, 2022 from Spirit? What's the collective message? for us, December 3rd to the 10th. It's a collective message, December 3rd to the 10th. 3rd to the 10th, collective message. Intention, so beautiful. This week, we're getting tested. This week, you're going to start wanting to gravitate and ground yourself more, and you're going to be more focused on your projects. You're going to want to be laying more of those solid foundations for this month and moving into 2023. So make sure you're setting that with your heart's intention, what you're truly passionate about. When you are following what you're passionate about, when you're following what you're resonating from within your heart, you're setting that with pure intention, complete and utter pure intention. When you're doing something out of motive, out of greed, out of ego, it's not going to work with you. I've had somebody like in tears a couple of days ago, I've been working so hard and nothing's happening and da 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 da. And one of the first questions I told him is I said, what's your motive behind that? Because I could clearly see their motive, what he was doing. And I'm like, how is that working for you? It's not, because you're not doing it with the right intention. You're only doing it to make and cause a lot of havoc because you want attention. So that's why whenever I spend one-on-one with a client, I get very, very detailed. But this, of course, this is collectively. So make sure that whatever you're setting your intentions on, do it from your heart of what you feel really connected with, what resonates with you. How are you being of service? Very important. And also what card I'm going to pull too, by the way, is because this energy will affect your animals as well. So Archangel Animal Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. My little girl scheduled in on her surgery December 15th. Let's hope that everything goes well. We'll talk about that next week. But anyways, your animals get affected by the energy as well. So I've done, about 4 animal communication readings this week already, and people are like, oh my goodness sakes, my dog, my cat, my horse, this is going on. And I'm like, okay, these are the first things that you need to check for first before anything. I mean, always, of course, take your animal to the vet whenever you have concerns, always. But these certain energies, full moon, your animal might be feeling a little like, not sleeping as much. They might be sleeping more. They might not be eating as much or drinking water and such like that. But really pay attention to how you are, because your animal will feed off of your energy. So let's ask what the collective message is from the animal world, animal kingdom, from December 3rd to the 10th. What's the collective message? Didn't feel that? What's the collective message from the animal kingdom from December 3rd to 10th? What's the collective message from the animal kingdom? It's the collective message from the animal kingdom, December 3rd to 10th. December 3rd to 10th. December 3rd to 10th, 2022. What's the collective message from the animal world? It's a collective message from the animal world. It's a collective message from the animal world. Oh, this is so interesting for me, mind you. The bear energy. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful bear. I have a friend of mine who's a wildlife photographer, and he does amazing photography. And he actually has been, I have different photography accounts actually, and I don't put a lot up on Facebook. I have an Instagram and Twitter photography account and stuff. But anyways, bear, use power with wisdom. Archangels Uriel and Josephiel. Now, this is so beautiful. Bears are very powerful. Bears are about embracing your power and taking your power back, observing the lessons and the wisdom that you have been seeking and that you have been learning from. taking your power back by setting boundaries, taking your power back by following your path. Remember the person, my client, that I was saying that she wants to be a police officer, and her mother and her friends are like, no, don't do that. I understand that. However, you have to follow your own path. You have to say, you know what, mom, this is what I truly want to do. You still have to follow that path for you. I mean, it's up to you, of course. You go on, what works best for you, of course, but the bear energy will help you utilize that energy. Like, bears are very powerful. Have you ever been like on a hike, or like where I'm in Alberta in Canada, like there's a lot of wildlife here, of course, and I mean, I won't even go hiking in the mountains. I won't, because I respect the wildlife. I mean, there's nothing wrong with hiking or trekking in the mountains or wherever it is, but I won't even go into their territory myself, because I respect them too much. That's just me. That's just myself. But utilize the bear energy and pay attention to the bear's wisdom. Oh, what a beautiful card. That's so cool. That's so cool. So I'm actually hearing another message coming through from the animal world. Let's talk to the animals. Let's talk to the animals. What's another message from the animals? December 3rd to 10th, and right away. The rat. Be true to yourself, and the universe will reward you. You're getting tested. This is a week getting tested. Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel will work with you as well. Look at that. I keep saying we're getting tested this week, big time. When you're being authentic and true to yourself and walking in the path with pure intention, the universe works with you. This is your week. This is your week, everyone. I mean, you can do that every day, of course, but this is your week with this energy. It will really work with you, really work with you. So let's just pull a crystal card to chop this up, as I call it, chop, 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 you guys. Chop your energy up. Like, if your energy is out of alignment, like, you can hold a ball of energy, let's say. Focus on holding a ball of energy and you'll feel it. And if you're feeling like some heavy energy, vision holding that energy in your hand and chop it up, chop it up, chop that energy up into little pieces, scatter it, get rid of it, clear that energy. That's one of the ways to heal. There's many different ways, but I kept on hearing chop, chop energy. So that's why I said chop, 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 chop. So we're going to pull a crystal. You know, I all love my crystals. Daily Crystal Inspiration by Heather Askinois. Love my crystals. What crystals are you guys using? Like, do you guys use crystals? I mean, I love them. I have on one of my amethyst pieces. I have on like my hematite. I have on my aqua, or I have a few on, right? So anyways, let's ask the crystal world, this universal world of the crystals. What's the best energy from December 3rd to the 10th, collectively 2022? What's the best energy? Wow. Pink opal, be kind to yourself. Always, always show yourself compassion. When you're working through habits, you know how I said also that we're working through addictions and habits, letting go of toxic situations, family, friends, work, whatever it is. Show compassion towards yourself. It's not an overnight process. It takes time. You know how, remember I said I've been making little changes within myself and such like that as well. So it's, if you drastically do it, I mean, if it works for you, great, that's awesome. For me, it's something gradually, because I'm doing something different, very, very different, that more works with me, more plant medicine energy with foods and such like that. Cutting out any sugary foods, let's say, just a lot of little changes. So always show compassion for yourself. And you know how I mentioned when people start to judge you, those aren't your people. Nobody has that right to judge you in any way, shape, and form. They don't know your journey, and it's none of their business, for God's sakes. When you have to start defending who you are, really take a look at who and why. Seriously. Show yourself some love. Show yourself some compassion. You have to love yourself unconditionally if you want to attract the right partner to you that will love you back unconditionally. Because if not, you're just going to attract all different kinds of energies to you. And I mean, that's okay too. That's your journey. There's no judgment. Do not judge anyone at all. So for those of you who like my video, please click like. It really helps my channel. Make some comments. Let me know what changes that you are making. Let me know what crystals you're working with. Call upon your archangels. They're always there to help guide you when you're stuck. You know, what goals are you wanting to do? What goals do you want to make for yourself? Listen to your soul within. You can always book a reading with me. Of course, I will put my website below. And I want to send out a lot of love to you, but please be careful as well. Driving this week more than anything, precaution, precaution, precaution of the wind. The full moon energy as well can bring up a lot of emotions. And because this energy is going to help you bring out those hidden emotions, you could get more emotional. You could get triggered at any time and be like, and like start speeding or start slamming on your brakes. Like just be careful. Just please be staying more in awareness and work with this energy this week. Okay. And make sure you watch the full moon video. Subscribe to my channel. There's Mars retrograde as well. We're ending as well. So I talked to you about that before in another video. Okay. So namaste, everyone. Love and light.